Good morning, friends, and welcome back to Grandma's Kitchen. Friends, today I have something interesting to show you today that we can do very quick. This is something that I grew up and saw my mom, my grandmother, my older sisters were making. So, friends, today it's a special day, and we all have, some of us, our moms are not here anymore, and some of us, we have our moms. And today, Grandma just wanted to show us what we can do, especially my young adults. As I said, I'm going to turn down my burner a little because I already heating my oil. And today, this is something special. This is, a lot of us in the Caribbean grew up knowing about this. I am going to fry bakes. Some other Caribbean islands would say fry dumpling, but I'm frying bakes because that's what my older folks used to call it. So friends, right in this pan, I need some flour. This is about a cup of flour, a cup and a half of flour, a half cup of cornmeal, a tablespoon of baking powder, a half teaspoon of salt, and Grandma knead this flour together, and here it is. I already washed my hands, by the way, friends. So now I'm going to make us some fried bakes. So it depends on how much people are in your family. You're making these ones. You want to make sure at least everybody would be able to get one or two of these fried bakes that you're making. Friends, the oil is already hot. I already pre-hot the oil. I already knead the flour and let it prove, because you need to let it, just sit for a little bit. And then you roll it, or you flat it out, and you put it into your pan. Look at what I'm doing. Very interested. It takes time. This one would take some time, but at least this is the old way of doing our tradition breakfast. I don't know, our food parents had some interesting skills with them. I believe when they were on the plantation, they find all sort of ways to make their meal, and they leave it for us. They pass it down to us, friends. They leave it for our grandparents, our grandparents' parents. Our grandparents leave it for our parents. And now here I am. I am a mom and also a grandmother. So I am preparing this. My grandchildren is seeing me making this meal. And also young adults. This is easy. This is an easy meal. But to you it might be hard because you're not used to this. As I said, my ingredients is a cup of, I use, it's all-purpose flour, a cup of Robin Hood all-purpose flour, and I mix it with a half cup of cornmeal. I put my baking powder, a tablespoon of baking powder for this amount of bakes, and also a pinch of salt. I knead it, I let it sit for a while, and now I am putting them in the pan. I am flattening them out. They almost look like donuts. They almost look like donuts in the frying pan. I'm being patient. And friends, you have to have patience, okay? When you're doing these things, you cannot be quick, because it won't cook on the inside. It would only get brown on the outside, and then it won't cook on the inside. So you want it to be well done. So I would say at least a good 3 minutes on one side, and you can turn it. You might have to turn it more than once, but Grandma is going to guide you through this morning. Friends, it's a lovely day on the outside. It's sunny, but it's a bit cool this morning. But it looked very nice. I open up my windows and I can see the sun shining out there, but then the breeze is a bit cool. I open up and it's a bit cool. Friends, here we are. I turn up my burner just a little bit because I find it a little bit lazy frying. So I just want to zoom in to show you exactly. So here are our fry bakes, and they're in the pan, friends. Pretty soon you're gonna see that the color is coming in. But Grandma is just taking her time with these to show you. They're in the pan, they're in the oil. I don't want to turn the burner up too high, or they would cook too fast. So friends, here we are. Today is Mother's Day. I want to say happy Mother's Day to all of my friends, all of my families who are moms. And for those who are not moms, you're still mom. The Bible tells us that the woman who did not give birth, they are the mother of every and all the children here on earth. So don't feel bad today. Go out and enjoy. Say hi to somebody with their children. I know sometimes it's hard because of situation, but friends, let us make the best out of any and every situation that we're in. So here Grandma is showing you again, and there's another interesting thing that I'm going to show you. So I'm making the fry bakes, as I said, and here I have some stuff here already prepared. So I have my onions, I have my sweet pepper, and I also have my tomatoes. So Grandma is going to make some salt fish to go with her meal that she's making. Grandma is going to make some salt fish to go with that meal that she's making. And you would see how lovely it turned out to be, friends. I'm trying to center back my camera here because I was zooming in to show you all what I'm doing. And I'm trying to center it back, friends. So here we are. Actually, I'm going to start to turn my I could use two things. I could use this turner. See, friends? I'm going to bring you closer from time to time. Yes, I'm going to turn the burner down again. My frying pan is pretty good, but you want the stuff to take time and cook on the inside. It's a very delicate stuff to do, but if you take your time, you will get through it. So Grandma just turned that one. It wasn't quite ready to be turned, but I would also turn it back. There we go, friends. Grandma just washed her hands. I'm going to also turn the burner on. I have some oil in this pan. I have my codfish in this pan. I wash the salt out of the codfish, and I steam it in that pan. And now I'm heating the oil on the other side. And Grandma is going to show you. She's going to put all these nice stuff into her pan. The onions, the sweet pepper, and also the tomatoes. And while these bakes is frying, friends, pretty soon Grandma is going to show you. It's a nice meal. You can have it anytime. You can have it for lunch. You can have it for dinner. Most of us have it for breakfast. When we were growing up, they mostly would make it for us for breakfast, and solemnly sometimes in the evening, like maybe a Sunday evening after we eat our midday meal, they probably make a few fried dumplings for us later on. Or most likely it's for a breakfast. During breakfast time, we would have this fry bakes. Friends, a lot of people would love this fry bake today that Grandma is making, but A lot of you is not close to me, so Grandma cannot share with you. Grandma would love to share this meal with you, but a lot of you is not close to Grandma. But Grandma is going to show you when she finish. And as I said, it's an easy meal. It might sound hard to you. A lot of people probably don't like to knead the flour, but you can practice. Young people, you can practice. So I have all of my trimmings here. I'm going to start to prepare the salted fish, because that's what we're going to eat these fry bakes with. So Grandma is putting, I turned my burner up a little bit. The oil wasn't so hot, but it's okay. I can put these in and they can start it to fry up with the oil as soon as the oil became very hot. At least it's not splashing. So there we go. Grandma is going to turn these again. Friends, sometimes when we're frying, we have to be very quick with these because we don't want them to burn and we want them to be nice and golden. So here, Grandma is turning them on the side. So I'm going to take my time with them, because you cannot hurry. When you're frying bakes or even dumplings, you have to take your time. You cannot be too hurry with them, or they won't cook on the inside. They would be bright and nice on the outside, but on the inside, they are not cooked. So it's good to put once you heat your oil and you put your first batch in, it's good to lower the burner so they would take their time and cook. Okay, friends? So pretty soon you'll see Grandma with her colorful fry bakes. It takes a little time, but with time, everything would be successful with us, friends. Sometimes we are too hurried. Sometimes we do stuff in a hurry. And it's no good all the time to be in a hurry. So this is all Grandma's trimmings that she put into her fried dumpling. Friend, look, we have our oil here. So that's the oil Grandma is using to fry up these stuff. It's not too much. They are not dripping in oil. Just taking my time. Friends, I don't want them to burn, but you have to be patient with them. You cannot rush and turn it up on high heat, or they won't cook in the middle. It would just get nice and brown on the outside, but the middle is not cooked. So Grandma is going to baby these for you to see. And I have my other pan going over here. I should have turned on the light a bit, have a little bit more light. And turn my pan on a little just to absorb. So Grandma is sauteing those onions. You know what? I forget to put some garlic into that pan. Friends, Grandma is going to put a couple pegs of garlic into the stir fry. Garlic is very good. It's health benefits. Garlic lower our blood pressure or cholesterol. It's a very healthy, what should I call it? Garlic is healthy. I use it in my seasoning. I always incorporate garlic in my cooking. And also, it depends on what I'm frying up, I would include the garlic in it. So I'm gonna get a few cloves of garlic into that pan that is really frying up over there. I'm gonna turn it down a bit. And then Grandma is going to add her codfish, her salted fish, to that frying pan. So this is a nice way, some of us who have our mom, to say thank you. We get up and we make her a nice old-time breakfast. It's not the pancake, it's not the some people would be like maybe cooking the green bananas and so forth. But this one, it's still not so heavy and the tummy so early. Some people are eating heavy breakfast. But I still like to be on the light side. I would bake bread, have my baked bread in the morning sometimes. Sometimes if I feel like porridge, I would make myself some porridge. So all this is healthy. It's healthy. It's healthy for our tummy, friends. And also, it cut down the cost. I know I'm not telling you not to take your mom out today, whether you want to take her for lunch. Well, now it's lunchtime or brunch time. If you want to take her for brunch, you can also do that. But this is an inexpensive way, and you're showing your mom love the way she showed you, just from her hand to your mouth. So this morning now is from your hands to your mom's mouth. I remember when we were children and they frying these stuff and it was too long. Our mom would make sure that one is fried, and then she would kind of give us so that we have something eating until she was finished, because it takes a while. It takes a while for this to cook on the inside. We just have to be. I know this morning I always say I don't like to keep people too long when I'm doing stuff. So here I am. I'm putting in my salted cod. I already washed out all the salt and even steamed some of it out. You don't want to take all the salt out, because when you take all the salt out, the meal is not fun anymore. That's why they salt it for a reason. At least we would be able to enjoy it. So here we go, friends. Mama is going to let her cod fish or her salted fish fry in between all the onions, the garlic, the sweet pepper, the tomatoes, then that nice aroma. So you could imagine how, if my mom was here, how happy she would have feel to see that I'm making something that she's used to. My mom didn't like garlic too much. She didn't trust me with garlic. She didn't like me to cook for her too much because I like garlic and she did not like garlic. I clearly remember that she did not like garlic. So if she's not in place when I'm cooking, most likely she might not eat, because she know that I love garlic and I used to put garlic in my meals. Especially now I'm frying up my codfish. I just love that taste of the garlic in anything that I'm doing. I love garlic. Once I'm cooking, my seasoning. Friends, as I'm talking to you, I'm making it easy. I'm cleaning up a bit, so when I finish, it's not too much to clean up after I finish. And you know what too, friends? But I run out of it. I actually already make all of my cocoa. So when I go to the Caribbean, I normally bring back cocoa. We would call it chocolate. Here we have our chocolate We have our chocolate in the can. We have our hot chocolate here. But back there, we still have people in our neighborhood who take time out to pick the cocoa from the tree, dry it, take it through that process, and they would actually like bake it in the oven. Or we used to say they parch it in the oven, and then they have that mill, and they would grind that cocoa and turn it into chocolate. So friends, every time I go to the Caribbean, I would always bring back some chocolate. But I was there last November, so those chocolate that I brought back, they are all finished because I love chocolate to make tea. So I have a substitute here. This is our chocolate tea today. This is my substitute to go with my fry bakes, friends. See, Grandma take her time. I know today I'm taking up your time a little bit, but at least I should have come here all year round so you have some idea what to give Mom for breakfast. But it's not too late. You can still do something. It's not too late. We don't always have to run out to the restaurant. I don't know why we think that the restaurant food is better than our natural food. But friends, I'm going to get a plate. I'm going to get a plate for us to plate our stuff. I'm going to get us a plate so we can plate our stuff. Actually, I got 2 plates, and I'm going to tell you why I get 2 plates. So one, it's always good to, because the base is sitting in the oil, and actually I did not give it too much oil. If you notice, I'm turning it on the side, so I didn't drench it with oil. Some people would fill the pan of oil and then put their stuff in. So what I did, I make sure like I take time, the sides, I keep flipping it around on the sides. You might have asked why Grandma is leaning those up to the side of the frying pan. That's to make sure that they're cooked on the side, the sides. Make sure that it's cooked. Sorry, I should be using a fork and this one instead of trying to take my finger to take it up. But friend, don't mind Grandma. Grandma's been doing this all her life. From the time I learned to cook, from around age 8, Grandma started cooking for herself and her siblings. And I haven't regret. Okay, so our codfish is frying up nicely in this pan. Friends, Grandma is going to put, just to give it a little taste, a little Grandma is putting some in her codfish, because I have all my tomatoes, my onions, my garlic. So it's just a little into this meal. And as you can see, it's frying up very nice. I love to see my vegetables and stuff. So here we are now, friends. Now, as you can see, Grandma spent time with this meal. And here we are now. I'm taking them out. One by one, they're cooked. I'm satisfied that they're cooked because I make sure that I lean it up on the side, because I didn't drench it in oil. So I lean them up on the side. As you can see, they are well done now. And I take my time. I wasn't in any rush. And I also had turned down the burner so that these bake take their time and fry. And friends, here they are. Grandma is going to bring you in closer. My codfish is also ready because it's Grandma had washed all the salt out and to cook it for a bit. So it's just now to fry up in the vegetables. Your onion, your sweet pepper, your tomatoes, friends. I don't think people just fry up codfish like that. From long time I know people would fry the codfish, and we always sometimes we have cabbage. I keep saying that, but friends, listen. Grandma is so busy. I work from Monday to Friday in the evening, and I'm so busy. I have to take time out to go to the grocery, and sometimes I guess I'm getting there. I would miss 1 or 2 of my stuff that I normally get, because sometimes everything run out, and then you forget to put back everything. So here we are now. I was just allowing these ones to finish in this by the side there. But they are finished, friends. And listen, Grandma is going to, I'm going to take the pan away from the heat. I'm going to bring this one to the front. I'm going to turn the burner off back there. Bring this one to the front. Just to show us. Bring us a little bit closer. So I'm going to show you what someone can have for their brunch this morning. Sorry, I did not make the chocolate tea yet. I just wanted to show you this meal. Some people, it's not necessary you have to have chocolate like Grandma said. You don't really have to have chocolate. And I'm going to turn this one off, friends. So friends, here is the lovely, lovely, lovely meal that Grandma just prepared for us. So as Grandma said, outlined to you how she make her stuff. So I have 1.5 cups of this all-purpose Robin Hood flour, 1/2 cup of cornmeal, tablespoon of baking powder, and I would say 1/2 teaspoon of salt, because you must give it a little taste. And Grandma knead her flour together. She wet it, pour a cup of water and knead her flour and let it sit for a bit. And then Grandma decide to roll her bakes out, flatten her bakes, and put them in the pan to fry. It takes a bit of time because you cannot rush it if you want it to cook properly. And here there's the finishing touch Grandma is showing you. So friends, Grandma is asking you please to continue to watch her videos, to share, to like, also to learn a thing or two from Grandma. And Grandma is also asking for that subscribing. Friends, right now I am at 730. I have 730 people subscribed to Grandma's channel already, and Grandma is aiming for 1,000. So friends, I'm not too far away. Grandma is asking you to take her up to 1,000. So this summer, Grandma will bring you all on the outside while she's barbecuing her fish, her chicken. Grandma is going to show you a lot more. Just please help Grandma. Take her up to that 1,000. I'm playing. So here I am. I'm bringing you in. Friends, look at this lovely meal. Look at it, friends. I didn't overdo. I didn't make too much. Actually, I have breakfast here for a couple of mornings. All I just have to get up and just heat it up. And friends, you can have this for a couple of days. You can put it in foil paper and put it back in the oven while you're getting ready for work. You put it in the oven and it's warming up. You have your cod in the pan. That is easy to warm up, and you pack your lunch bowl, and there you are. You have lunch. You bring your breakfast with you. You don't have to stop at some of these morning place breakfasts. You can save a couple dollars by doing this, friends. And as I said, this is not too expensive. Grandma would buy the flour by the bag. So if I buy a bag of flour, at least $15. It lasts you for a while. Instead of you go and you purchase breakfast one morning, $15. So friends, here I am once more. As I said, I am doing stuff to show us, and I believe that I'm making sense when I'm cooking. So I'm asking you please once more to take Grandma up to that 1,000 subscribers. Thank you once more, friends, for watching. Bye now.